Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the new SkyRC NC2500 Pro. Specifically, we're going to talk about the moto run function. This is the reason why I bought this piece of equipment, because this is the first time I heard that there is a battery charger and a moto run function together at once. So let's just go into this menu. So right now there are a few settings that you can change. The first one is voltage, ranging from 0.5 volts to the maximum of 6 volts. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this at 3 volt. You can set a current limiting from 0.1 amps to 2 amps. Later I will do some examples what this will do for your running in. So right now we're just going to leave it at 1 amps. The direction, whether you want to leave it forward, reverse or automatic. Later we will discuss what automatic does. And lastly, timer ranging from 1 minute to 60 minutes. So although this menu is not intuitive, it says moto run, you could use this to just run the moto in single direction, forward or reverse. So forward being rear moto and reverse being FM machines, while auto will alternate between forward and reverse. So my guess is that this function is really focused on braking instead, rather than a moto run as it says here. So I would rather see it says moto braking or something. But anyway, let's go and do a quick test on this. So in order for you to use this, you need something like this. This is an XT60 cable connector, so that you can attach it to here. So I'm going to attach it here like so. And for this experiment, I'm using a kind of dead moto from my graveyard. So this is just a random Hyperdash Pro. Okay, it's in the graveyard because I don't use it for race anymore. So as usual, attach your positive to the short terminal and the negative to the long terminal. So in case you're not aware, the positive terminal is the red color one. So attach the red one here and the black one here. So if you want to measure the RPM of this moto, you can use an application such as Geary. It's quite accurate, or you could run off a tachometer, which I will show you later. Although this video is not talking about RPM, we're just talking about the function of what this does. So I'm going to start my voltage at 3 volt, my limit at maximum, because I will just want to see how much current this motor draws, and the direction to forward. Since this is a double shaft motor, it should be forward. And my timer, I leave it at 1 minute. So let's start. So as you can see, there is an elapsed timer here, the voltage that is current running, and the current that is current drawing. And it's also showing you an animation of the direction it's going. So if you want to stop, you press this to stop, and that's about it. So what we are interested in is two things. First thing, okay, maybe I just start. Okay, first thing is whether the voltage is as it says. Second thing is whether the current is as it says. So we're going to test them both and see what the results we get. For this experiment, I'm not going to run at 3 volt because my video is going to be very noisy. So I'm just going to set it at 2 volts, so it's not as noisy and you can still hear me talking about it. Okay, so the first part is measuring the voltage of this guy. Here I have my multimeter. Okay, I'm going to set it to test voltage. Okay, so just a quick test. Here's a random battery. I'm just going to test the voltage of the battery. Oh, maybe this is not voltage. That's too high. Alright, I'm back. I don't know what happened to my multimeter, suddenly went short. Anyway, just to demonstrate that the multimeter is working properly, this battery is 136. So let's just use this to counter check. My usual battery checker, 136. Okay, so now that my multimeter is set, so what we're going to do is we're going to run the motor using this. I'm going to touch the terminals here and see what's the voltage that it reads. So right now my setting is at 2 volts, and let's start. Oops, sorry. Okay, so the multimeter is reading at 1.98. So it's quite accurate in terms of the voltage output. So I can say that yes, the voltage is as what we set. Okay. Now we're going to measure the amp reading. But before that, I need to reset my multimeter. So I'm going to do it now. Okay, so in order to read amp, you need to run the multimeter in series. So I'm going to attach this to the black one, and then I'm going to manually touch here to get a reading of the amp. So let's start. So right now is trying to load 2.1 amps volts into any load. There's no load obviously because I haven't touched this terminal yet. So I'm going to touch it and check this value here. Okay, right now the current that the NC2500 is saying is 0.3 amps. Let me just stick it down here. Okay, but the multimeter is reading 0.58, or rather about 0.2 amps different. 0.2 amp different from what is reported here. So I'm not too sure if this is correct or this guy is correct. But usually if I need to measure my amp of my motor, I would, oops, it's done. Maybe I run again. I would trust this guy. So for you to know that the actuality of this current is actually 0.2 difference. So I hope to see in a future update that SkyRC fix this figure to at least match with this number. So it's not just about 0.2 difference. So conclusion time. I would say that this is quite accurate in terms of the voltage output. At least it's so much better than the GeForce mini break-in system. So you could If you really want to measure the RPM of this motor, you could use a tachometer. So other than that, if you don't have a tachometer, you could use the Geary application, which is available in Android or iOS. Let me just grab my tachometer real quick and let's do a quick test. Alright, so in order to use a tachometer, you need something that can reflect off a shiny reading like this. Normally people would use small diameter wheels and then attach a silver tape to it. You can get silver tape at any of the hardware store. They sell them in a big pack. And then you have a digital tachometer here. So we shine the laser at this thing and it will give me a reading. Maybe I use my left hand. So hopefully you can capture this on video. So something like this. Okay, so I'm going to run this again at 2 volts. This is a bit sketchy. Okay, let's run it this way. Okay, you will not be able to see, so I'm going to get blocked by this guy, but just to show you the RPM reading. Okay, I'm back and I just repasted a fresh new silver tape. I'm going to test this thing again. Start. Okay, you can see the reading. So at 2 volts it's registering around 18,000 RPM. So if you want a really accurate reading, you could use a digital tachometer like this, or you could just use Geary. So far my personal experience using Geary is quite accurate, maybe off by 1000 RPM, but 1000 RPM isn't going to make you win or lose your race. Remember guys, always set your car to the motor that you run, not the other way around. Okay, so that's it for my short discussion on the function of motor run for this new SkyRC. I foresee myself using this to do break-ins probably in the near future, and hopefully it will just replace most of my tools because I have too many tools, just to be honest. Okay, that's it guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do share this video to other people who might find it interesting. If you like this video, press the like button. If you don't like it, press the dislike button. And keep on running. We'll see you in the next video. Take care guys. Bye.